What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Chelsea. Today we're taking on Galatasaray in the second to last game of the Europa League group stage in Manchester City at the Etihad in the Premier League. If you look at the table, drink it in, we are top of the league, legitimately top of the league. Manchester United have fallen down to second place. They did have a decent lead on us, but they actually lost a couple games in pretty close proximity. They lost 4-1 to Arsenal, and then two Premier League games later, they lost 2-1 to Newcastle. And we have won all of our Premier League games since that opening day loss to Arsenal because of Edouard Mendy. With that, we are top of the league, and we have games in hand over the likes of Arsenal and West Ham, who are in third and fourth. So this looks like it might be a two-horse race between us and Manchester United. Man City, who we're taking on in the second game, currently sitting outside of the Europe spot in 8th place on 21 points with a negative goal difference. Not a great start for Man City. Recent results have been pretty good, bar one. We finally lost another game, but first off, we played West Brom twice in a row. First in the EFL Cup, a heavy rotation, we still won 2-0. Then again in the Premier League, and unfortunately for this game and the next couple of games after, we were without Giovanni Herrazzo. He got an injury in training between these two West Brom games. And so Edouard Mendy had to come in, and that was terrifying. But first game against West Brom, who I will accept are bad, we did win 2-0. He kept a clean sheet, but he only had to make 2 saves. And then this game, Standard, a 2-1 loss to Standard Liège. But unsurprisingly, we dominated them. And when they got their second goal in the 77th minute, they had 2 shots on target. Mendy had made 0 saves in 77 minutes. They had made, I think, 8. We scored a couple minutes later after we went super attacking with Bruno Thiago, but it wasn't going to be enough. We still lost because Edouard Mendy might be the worst goalkeeper in world football. After we made that change to go super attacking, they actually had quite a few more shots. So if you look at the match stats, it doesn't look too bad. Like they had 12 shots, 6 on target. We had 22 and 10. But like I said, up until the 77th minute, they had 2 shots on target and scored both of them. I'll show you the analytical data. Just make sure I'm not chatting shit. So this is Standard through the 77th minute in terms of shots. They had 2 goals, 3 shots off target, and 2 block shots. Not a single shot that Mendy had to save. And the 2 that he could have, and trust me, they were very savable. I can almost guarantee Herrazzo would have saved both of them. They both went in, because of course they did. If you look at us through that same time span, we had 2 shots off target, 8 shots blocked, and 8 shots saved. The Standard goalkeeper can make 8 saves, but Edouard Mendy, the goalkeeper of Chelsea, one of the better goalkeepers, and he is getting up there, but still, it's Edouard Mendy. He made 0 through 77 minutes. Unbelievable. Then if we look at Standard shots after that, so going about the 78th minute to the end of the game, they had 1 shot off target and 4 saved. So that is where the majority of their shots on target came from, and somehow, Mendy was able to make some incredible saves after the game was pretty much already over, after he let in the first 2 shots on his goal. It doesn't make any sense. He couldn't make the rudimentary saves, but he actually, like, there were some actual ridiculous saves in there. But he is just awful. He is just god awful. And so he's never going to play another game for me as long as I live. If I have to play out a grade goalkeeper, I will. I'm not letting him play another game. So for the full match after that, Herrazzo is still not back, so Bazunu played. So yeah, Bazunu's the backup goalkeeper now. We won that game against Fulham 3-1. They did have a sending off, and it was actually 0-0 at that point. And we scored actually the penalty from the sending off, Bruno Thiago to take the lead. And then another goal in the 69th minute. They actually got a goal back, down a man. A little worrying. And then Yeremy Pino secured it in the 84th minute. And then Sheffield United, Herrazzo came back. So he's back and available and playing these next 2 games. And we won 2-1. But we were pretty good. They had 1 shot on target, but don't go slanting Herrazzo. I know they scored the first 2 shots on target for Standard, but those 2 shots were very, very savable. They were right down the middle, basically. Like, he just couldn't get down fast enough because he's got the agility of a... Do rhinos have not much agility? I feel like a rhino wouldn't have a lot of agility. Maybe like an elephant. I don't know, just because they're so big. Actually, giraffe. Freaking long necks, they can't have good agility, right? Yeah, he's got that agility. So, yeah, this shot against Sheffield United that went in, it was actually, like, in the corner. It would have been a good save for Herrazzo to make it. I can't blame him a lot for that. But we played pretty well. We got 2 goals. Barry Kendrick, Yeremy Pino. We did rotate a little bit with this Europa League match coming up, especially because it's a lot more important now because of that loss to Standard. We currently still sit top of the group, but we're on the same amount of points as Galatasaray. We're only ahead because we have better head-to-head. We beat them. So a win here, and I think we guarantee top of the group with only one game remaining. A loss, and it's gonna be close. They'd have to lose to Standard, which is possible, but yeah, I just want to secure this here. I don't want to mess around. I want to end this. I want to win this group. As few games we can get, that's what I'm aiming for. I want to skip the first round altogether. In terms of the squad, only one injury currently, and it's Raheem Sterling, but he's going to be back pretty soon, 3 days, and he'll be back and available. That's the only injury right now. Harazo's back, and we're full strength. We're not going full strength against Galatasaray. Even though we really need to win this match, we should be able to play kind of a rotated squad to do it because Manchester City are in 3 days. We have 2 days in between. Love it. And, I mean, I don't think you can argue that Man City are a worse team than Galatasaray. So even if it is just a league match compared to the Europa League, I want a strong squad for that too. So I'm going to do a little bit of rotation. So some of these more important players like Yermi Pino, like Bruno Thiago are fresh, and Alex Mariva, 3 of our better players. Make sure they're all fresh for Manchester City, but it's still a strong team. Up top, we've got Sesko, we've got Havertz, and we've got Zvonarek, who started the season pretty well. In the midfield, Gavi starts, Mason Mount starts, and Kessie starts. So that's still a very strong midfield. Backline, Reguilon, Badiashile, Mancini comes in. He's still been really good. Reece James starts at right back, and then Harazo in net. This is a strong squad. We should still be able to get a comfortable win against Galatasaray. Let's not lose 2 games in the Europa League in a row. That'd be preferable. 6 minutes in, we've got a corner. There's so far no shots in the game, and now there's 1 shot in the game, and it's by Benoit Badiashile, and it rested in the back of the net. A corner goal for Badiashile, and 6.5 minutes in, with the first shot of the game for either team, Chelsea take the lead. They've got a corner now. They're going to see if they can reply. Near post, Badiashile's there as well to head this one away. They're going to pick it up. Fashion Jr., great name. Into Nelson. Victor Nelson, I believe, the center back. Van de Blok. Standard Liège have actually gone down to Dundee United. They're losing 1-0 currently. That would be a good result for us. Chinga's on the ball now, back to Burkhan. Galatasaray still looking to attack here. Agudelo with a great ball through to Volkan, but a comfortable, easy save for Giovanni Harazo. And he was offside anyway, so it still wouldn't have counted. And just like that, Standard back in the lead. Up 2-1 now. And now Galatasaray are on the ball looking to attack us. As long as we just win this match, that Standard match won't mean anything. So just win the game. We don't have to worry. We get the ball back, intercept it. Now it's going to go back to Harazo, looking to build from the back. Mancini over to front, Kessie, dropping deep as that halfback. Into Gavi. Mason Mount looking for Havertz, but it's not a very good ball, but neither is theirs. And now Sesko has a chance to go through, but a little bit too much on it, and it goes right to the goalkeeper. He's going to look to clear this long, though. We should be able to win this, and it's going to be actually Harazo that wins, and he's going to go long himself looking for an assist. Harazo wants to get on the assist sheet. Fortunately, it's a save shot by Sesko. We're going to see this corner. We've already scored 1 of them, but I really wanted Harazo to get an assist there. That would have been nice. Mason Mount back post this time, looking for Harazo, but he can't win it. While the 40th minute might be one of the last highlights of the first half. It's going to start with a goal kick from Galatasaray. We're going to win it. Sesko's not going to be able to pick it up, though, but Gavi does. He's going to look through Havertz. Our passing has just not been very good today. We've been putting too much or not enough on it. One of the above. We can't find the right strength of the pass. Sesko on the ball now. He's going to look to play through Havertz. Better ball there. Havertz going to need a good ball in, though. He's going to go back post to Zvonarek, and it's in the back of the net. I think that classifies as a good ball. To the back post. Zvonarek, not your ideal guy for winning a header, but he did it well there. And 5 minutes left in the first half. We've got a 2-0 lead. And it looks like that's how we're going to go into halftime. 2-0 to Chelsea. We should be able to see this one out from here. They have 4 shots, 1 on target. They've done very little. We've been pretty solid. Just hold on to this lead. Pretty quick highlight to start this second half. A goal kick for them, but it's going to fall to us. Harazo's going to pick this up after the header back to him. And he's going to go out to Kessie. Into Mancini, looking to build from the back. Into front Kessie, looking for Gavi. Nice ball over top for Havertz. Good pace on this one. He's going to get to him. He's going to have a chance to do something here. He's going to find Mason Mount, who goes back to the Havertz, and Havertz has a chance to get a goal, and he does. He got an assist in the first half. He gets a goal to start the second half, and it's 3-0. We got it to 3-0, and it looks like we're going to coast to the end. No highlights since that last goal, and I even kind of made sure that was the case. I took off some of our most important players, like immediately in the 50th minute after that third goal. Havertz came off, and Reece James came off. This is going to be the last highlight of the game. They're looking for a consolation goal, and they're not going to get it. A great save from Giovanni Herrazzo. It looks like he might keep a clean sheet. Mike Fromm has also come on for Gavi a little bit later on in the game. And I pulled back the pressing like immediately as well. In the 50th minute, I stopped all pressing. Even most of these players aren't going to start for the next match, but I still want them fit and available because they're good options off the bench. And I want to have them fit and ready to play if we need them against Man City. Badiashile got the first goal, and he gets credited with man of the match with a good defensive performance as well. Good job, Benoit. Now I'm going to rest him and a couple of the other important players so they're available for Man City. 3 days, and we've got a tough game ahead of us. We have, though, qualified from our Europa League group. It doesn't say we've won it, but, like, we have, right? There's 1 game left. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head, and we won both games against Galatasaray. Maybe there's some way standard. I think it's standard that could somehow overtake us if the goal difference changes massively. They'd have to win by a lot of goals and overtake our 9 goal difference. They could go ahead of us. I think that's what's keeping us from technically winning the group, but we've basically won the group. It's time to take on Man City. We've got a full strength 11 to do it. The starting squad is, as you see here, the normal best starting 11. Thiago Pino Havertz, Gavi Mariba Camavinga, Ruggeri Badiashile, Cerezo James, and Herrazzo. We've changed the tactic up a little bit from what we typically use. This is almost exactly what we did against Liverpool in the away game we played earlier this season, where we drew 1-1, but we played really well. Probably should have won the game. So that performance was encouraging, so I'm going to do the same thing. We've got our higher tempo tactic that we used at Sporting in these kind of matches. We're playing on a balanced mentality. Extremely high tempo, a little bit more direct than we typically go. Passing into space, running at defense. In transition, we're countering. And out of possession, a little bit lower defensive line, only set to higher. Most everything else is what we're used to doing. And actually, we're going to force the opposition outside with this tactic. And in terms of roles, we made a few changes as well. Bruno Thiago is going to be playing as an advanced forward. It's what we did against Liverpool. Same with Camavinga, going to a defensive midfielder. And Herrazzo is going to go from a sweeper keeper defend to a sweeper keeper support. So it'll take a few more risks trying to unlock the Man City defense. And it looks like we might have a kickoff highlight to start this game against Man City. We're on the ball to start the game, and we're looking to build from the back. Badiashile back to Herrazzo. We're for sure seeing one former friend in this Man City team. That is right back Daniel Weigl. He was sold to Manchester City, and he's starting for them today at right back. Isaac Bergman-Johannesson, another former Sporting player that we sold to them for $200 million, is on the bench to start this game. 5 minutes in, we've got our second highlight of the game. It's going to be a goal kick for Ederson. But Badiashile is going to win it, and he's going to head it on to Gavi. He's going to look for Thiago on the through ball, but he's not going to get there. Ederson quick off his line, able to pick it up. Now looking to distribute it far once again. But once again, Badiashile wins it, heads it down to Gavi. And he's going to try another through ball, this time to Yeremy Pino, and it finds him. But it's Daniel Weigl who gets him off the ball. And now Man City going to look to attack again, but they give it a ball away immediately again. Bruno Thiago has a chance on the volley from a pass from Camavinga, but it looks like he might have been offsides. Wild start to the game. We're now about 15 minutes in. It's another goal kick for Ederson, and another one won by us. This time, Ilaix Mariba. And Herrazzo is going to look long this time, looking for Yeremy Pino. And we're going to play a little bit of head tennis, and Gavi's going to pick it back up. Going to go out to Matteo Ruggeri down this left flank. He's going to look to dribble past his man and find Yeremy Pino, who goes inside to Gavi, who's going to cut inside and look for his man. It's Ilaix Mariba on the ball, playing a through ball to Havertz. Going to hold it up, find Reece James. Into Mariba, nice ball into Thiago. And if he's onside, it's a goal. But I've got a feeling he wasn't offside. You know, just by the naked eye, he looked to be slightly off. I hope I'm wrong. I have been before, but I'm not this time. It's disallowed. 26 minutes in, we've got another highlight. But we've had the best of them so far today. All of the highlights attacking have been us. All we've seen from Man City so far is them giving us the ball. But now we're going to see them have a shot. It's Moukoko, but it's comfortably saved by Giovanni Herrazzo. Let's see. Does he go long or does he look to build from the back? Is going to look to build from the back. He's going to find Badiashile. Individually finds Camavinga from Gavi. Into Mariba. Into Cerezo. Playing between each other. Gavi from Camavinga. It's going to look to dribble forward and looking for a ball over the top Thiago. But once again, it's not going to get there. It's a little overhit, and Ederson's able to pick it up. But we've seen him go long quite a bit, and Badiashile has won it every single time, and it always falls to Gavi. Kind of weird how that happens. He's going to pick it up and look to dribble forward. Havertz, nice ball over top for Yeremy Pino. He's going to be through on goal. He should have put that on target, but it goes wide. Another highlight. This game has just been packed with highlights so far, and they've pretty much all been for us. Camavinga, from this throw-in on this left-hand side, eventually going to work its way to Ilaix Mariba. Nice ball to Kai Havertz, who finds Reece James. Going to look to dribble down this right flank and put in an early ball for Bruno Thiago. It's going to get to him, a nice first touch. He's going to go back to Havertz, who's going to have a shot. But once again, it's wide of the post. This might be the last highlight of the first half. We've had a bunch of highlights, and they've pretty much all been for us, but we have really struggled to get our shots on target. Yeremy Pino looking for Bruno Thiago. It's not going to get there. You can already see just from this first half, we're trying a little bit more risky passes, a little bit more expansive passing. So far, it hasn't pulled off, but we've created a lot more chances than we typically do. So far, 44 minutes in against a team like Man City. And if we keep creating chances, eventually one of them is going to go in. We just got to put it on target. Havertz is going to go into Gavi, finds Reece James. A lot to do here. He's going to go back to Camavinga. Look to hold up the ball and look for Gavi. Into Thiago, who drops deep and looks for Yeremy Pino, who's through on goal after the missed tackle. And I said we'd eventually put one in the back of the net. And we do. Yeremy Pino finally gets one on target. Low and hard. Ederson can't get down to it quick enough. And it nestles in the back of the net. And near the end of the first half, we've got a lead. And we're going to go to halftime with that lead. And it was actually a defensive mistake by Daniel Weigl. He slid in for the ball and didn't get it. Put Yeremy Pino through on goal. And he put it in the back of the net. So a former friend gives us a little bit of help and gives us the lead. This second half took a little bit to get going. We're now in the 70th minute. We've got our first highlight. It's going to start with the throw-in for Man City. They didn't do much this first half. They're looking to do a little bit more this second half. Bergman Johannesson is on the pitch, but he might be playing either on the wings or in the midfield. Looks to put a ball in. Pedri's going to pick it up after a poor defensive clearance by Havertz. Our right back, James, slides in this time, but he gets it, unlike Daniel Weigl. But the long ball looking for Bruno Thiago is won by a Man City defender. But a pretty poor play. I can't even click who it is. Who are you? Herrera, whoever that is, gives the ball away. But we give it right back. Emadio into Makoko. Pedri, I think he's offside. It's going to go in the back of the net. But I think, like the Bruno Thiago chance, I think it's going to be called for offside as well. I think he was pretty comfortably offside. Please, I would prefer to be right this instance. I am right in this instance. He is offside. It doesn't count. It's still 1-0 Chelsea. 78th minute. I was getting ready to make some changes, but we'll see what happens in this highlight. I have changed the tactics slightly. I'll show it real quick. I've gone to cautious just to be a little bit more reserved with their passing a little bit. I've lowered the tempo slightly. I think that's all I've done on in possession. Yeah, I think that's all I've changed. In transition, no changes. And out of possession, I don't think I made any changes here as well. I still want to play our style. It's worked to start this game. We're 78 minutes in. They haven't scored. I've also brought back the wingers just a little bit, and I put Reece James on support. Just a little bit more reserved, but I'm not going to completely change how I play to try to hold on to a lead. There's still a lot of game left. The way we've played has been working. Let's not change that. But Man City are going to have a highlight. Ederson's going to go out to Harwood Bellis. He's going to get to the inside to Russell, who's going to find Franca Amadia. He's going to dribble to the right-hand side and find Isaac Bergman Johannesson. Looks like he's playing right wing, and he gets a shot off, but he can't put it on target. About 1.5 minutes left in added time. The match has actually been pretty close. They have more shots on target, but we have a higher XG. Our chances have been better. We've had more chances created, 4 half chances. They only have 1, but they do have 1 clear-cut chance. But we've also had more possession, even though we're not trying for it. But I have looked to shut things up. I've gone to a 5 at the back. I brought on Mancini, 3 center backs, Reece James and Reguilon as defensive wing backs, Camavinga as a defensive midfielder, Kessie comes in as a ball winning midfielder next to Mariba. And we're going with Pino and Thiago up top, just kind of press their back line a little bit, make things a little bit more difficult for them so they don't have all the time in the world. But we're looking to waste time. We're looking to see this game out. Only a minute and a half left. If they score, we're not going to have enough time to reply. So we just need to make sure they don't score. I would prefer if there were no highlights. There's not much time left. And there's not going to be any highlights. And we win. Away against Man City. We didn't beat them last year away from home. It was a 1-1 draw. We did beat them in the FA Cup semifinal. And now we beat them in the league. Away from home at the Etihad, 1-0. That was a really good win. I don't care where they sit in the table. They might be 9th, but that is a team filled to the brim with world-class players. So the fact they're underperforming doesn't change that talent level. And their recent form actually wasn't too bad. They had won their last 3 games in the Premier League. So they're playing all right. But we went into their house and we beat them. And with that, we are still top of the table. And we're actually 4 points clear of Manchester United now after they just lost to Southampton 4-0. Manchester United starting to kind of bottle this. They had a pretty solid lead, but 3 losses in the last about month and a half means they sit second. and we're top with a game in hand still over the likes of Arsenal in third place. In terms of when we come back, we've got Dundee United in a few games, but I think we should be okay. All we need is a point at home against Dundee United, and we top our group. I think we'll be fine, so I don't need to show that one. We've Arsenal got Tottenham right before that in the Premier League, Arsenal a little bit afterwards in the EFL Cup quarterfinal, but I think it's pretty obvious. Manchester United, another away match. We have faced all the good teams away from home to start this season. That's kind of annoying. We had Liverpool away, we had Arsenal away, we had, where are they? City away, and we have Tottenham at home. So yeah, all the good teams away from home. But Manchester United, and for the other game, I don't think I need to show the AFL Cup. It doesn't really matter. I think I'm actually going to show Stoke. I've got kind of a more attacking tactic I've kind of been working on in the background. That might be a good place to bring it out. So I'll see you next episode for a battle at the top of the table, if they're still there. The recent form says maybe not. But we'll be taking on Manchester United, and we might be debuting a new, unique tactic against Stoke. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Oh, good God. I'm okay. I'm okay. I need a drink. Good Lord. I might still leave that in. I don't know. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.